Hello, traders. FXPIPCOLLECTOR here. Today is Friday, and it is Friday the 13th. So, watch out. Today is Friday the 13th. I don't know if any superstitious people out there, but that's definitely one to watch out for. So, anyways, it is Friday, and we do have CPI news coming out. No, I'm sorry, CPI was the other day. We have consumer sentiment news coming out today and inflation expectations. So definitely a decent little news event for the dollar. Not as good as obviously CPI yesterday, but it is a decent little news event. And I'm pretty sure I got my streaming software figured out now. I'm not really sure what the issue was on Wednesday. I'm sorry about that. I do apologize. It seems to be working really good today, so hopefully everything will go smooth and it's all good to go. So, anyways, let's start off at the dollar index. I mean, we got a little over half an hour before the news comes out, I believe, right? It's 3 o'clock. Yeah, 3 o'clock. So, we got a little over half an hour. So, let's do our full top down analysis on the dollar. Let's look at all the dollar pairs, including gold, maybe even silver. And then we'll watch the news. And once the news is complete, we'll probably go look at some JPY pairs, look at a few commodities, look at the stock market and things like that. Maybe even check out Bitcoin. So, anyways, let's get started. So, I mean, to me, the U.S. dollar still seems pretty clearly to be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a big A, B, C, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. That means that this first move down should be a wave one, and this move up should be a correction to this move down, like a wave two. And eventually, you would think that it would bounce off one of these fib levels, which really it could be any one of these fib levels. That's kind of a point that I need to make across to everybody. The price does not have to stop here at the 50%. It could go to the 61, it could go to the 78. We don't really know that it's going to stop here, but if we do get a significant break of structure on shorter time frames, it probably would be the end of a correction and the beginning of a big wave three. So let's take a look at the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame is where I do like to switch back to the dollar index because I do trust this one much more because it is equally weighted. I think it's very clear that this is a downtrend, obviously, and that is a wave one. This is an uptrend. To me, this is a series of three-way patterns, three waves down, and the sort of time frames you can see three waves up and then three waves down. That tells me it probably is a WXY or B, and that this is actually an uptrend, probably for a wave C of wave two. Or possibly this is an A and this is a B. Now, we are at the 61% level, but like I said, I mean, price does not have to end here. Price could really end at the 78. It could even go up and make a double top. And luckily for me, I'm definitely primarily looking for longs on sort of time frames until I get proof that this uptrend is over and that we do have the end of a correction and the continuation of the downtrend. So we definitely don't have that yet, so we can't really say for sure that anything is actually over for sure. So let's take it down to the daily time frame. So daily time frame, we were trying to figure this out this morning on the members area, the premium members, and it does kind of look like this is probably the trend right here. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this little spike right here probably is the ABC right there. That probably is the ABC of 2. This is probably a 1. And then this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave 3. And this is probably a wave 4 right here, especially because on this one it didn't really break structure. But a lot of the dollar pairs that did break structure, but a wave 4 should break structure, so it fits pretty well for that to be a wave 4. That means that this move up could potentially be a wave 5, and if it really is a wave 5, then it would probably be the final wave of the dollar, like the final attempt to continue the uptrend before it really does go down. It really does break structure, which this time would be the wave 4 structure, which to me, if that does happen, that would be the end of an ABC correction, and that would be the continuation of the downtrend, most likely beginning of a wave 3, or possibly a wave C, but most likely a wave 3, I would say. So now, as we got that pretty well figured out, is now we can go down to these shorter time frames and keep all that in mind as we go. Now, going down to the sort of time phase, I mean, I do see that this is a trend right here, and then I do see a break of structure from that trend. So this probably is an A, this probably is a B, and then this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave C. Nice break of structure up at the news yesterday. I think it was CPI was yesterday. A nice break of structure. Definitely looks like we're at a wave 5, and this is a wave 3, and this is a wave 4 right here. Now, wave 5 doesn't necessarily have to make a new high either. I mean, wave 5s definitely can make a lower high. And the reason why I say that, let's go down to a little bit of a sort of time frame, especially on this situation, is that To me, it kind of looks like we're already in a wave 5. I mean, to me, this looks like impulsive up. This is where the break of structure actually happened. I think that right there is the one. I think this right here is just a deep wave 2, like a double bottom for the wave 2. This is a big wave 3. This to me looks like an ABC of 4, and this to me looks like a wave 5. Like I said, wave fives don't really have to necessarily make a new high. I mean, it definitely could make a lower high. Now, the important thing to see is that we do not have a break of structure. If that news coming out in 20 minutes or so does break structure, like this, then I will call that the end of a trend, potentially the end of a wave 5 and the continuation of the downtrend. But we don't have a break of structure. There's no proof that this uptrend is over, and this news easily could cause this to continue up towards these highs right at this 100% Fibonacci level. So for me, no break of structure tells me that it very easily could, and probably the probabilities are more likely that it probably will continue up. But like I said, if it does break structure at the news, I'm going to call that the end of a trend and potentially the beginning of a bigger move to the downside. So now we can take that information, we can apply that to all the other dollar pairs. So the euro dollar actually does look like it probably is in a wave 5 also. I mean, this is a 1, 2. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3. This is probably a wave 4 with a break of structure. A wave 4 should break structure. And we're probably in a wave 5 right now. Wave 5s can make higher lows, but they do often make like a double bottom in a downtrend or a double top in an uptrend before they actually do go up, take out structure to the upside. So now let's take that down to the 4-hour time frame. So 4-hour time frame, if this really is a wave 5, you would definitely think that it would go down more and end up looking something like that, like this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave 5. That would definitely be my most likely thought, and I do think that is probably the most likely thing to happen. But if the market tells me otherwise by going up and breaking structure like that, I'm just going to call that a higher low and call it a continuation of the uptrend. So we'll have to see what actually happens at the news. Right now, I mean, it does look like this right here is an independent trend. So that probably is a 1 or possibly, yeah, it probably is a wave 1, honestly. And this probably is an ABC of 2. And I think the most likely thing is the news is going to cause this to go down, probably finish off a wave 3, make a wave 4, and make a wave 5. And hopefully this whole pattern is a wave 5, because if we do finally get that big turn on the daily, it's going to give us a really good opportunity, especially as a swing trader. You're going to have an opportunity to start building a position to the long side on the EU, which is going to be amazing. So on the daily time frame, on the pound dollar, I mean, I think it's pretty clear this is a 1, 2, 3, probably a 4, break of structure. Wave 4 should break structure, probably going down for a 5. It should go down at least back to the 78%. Then if it does that, maybe next week or something, that would be the end of a trend. So taking it down to the 4-hour time frame, I mean, it's almost the exact same pattern as the dollar. This right here is a wave 5, but I think that's a wave 5 of wave 3. This right here I think has an ABC in it, even though it's harder to see on this one. Probably a wave 4. And we're probably in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave 5. So I'm expecting probably the most probable thing to happen at the news is that this will most likely just keep on trending down. I mean, this right here is definitely an independent trend. And when I say independent trend, I mean it doesn't fit with this correction. So it probably is a 1, it probably is a 2. Even though it kind of looks like it's trying to go up right now, and if it does go up and break structure, I definitely will start looking for longs. But it looks more like this is going to keep going down, probably make a wave 3, make a wave 4, and make a wave 5. So I would probably want to be short right now prior to the news. I would probably want to be short from hours ago, probably this morning in London session, holding on to a short throughout the news, and hopefully you'll get lucky and it'll turn into a big wave 3. You know, if you got in this morning, you could have a really big good risk to reward ratio potentially if this does work out as it looks like it should. Now, as you look at some of these other ones, you're like, man, it looks like it's so close to ending, which is why I said at the beginning on this US dollar, if we get a break of structure to the downside, I will definitely start, sorting the dollar. And one of the reasons why I said that is because some of these dollar pairs really do look like they're very, very close to ending. Like the Aussie dollar is one of them. I mean, it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I could potentially see this as 1, 2, 3 ways down. This is a wave C, and then the news comes out and this just keeps going down. And it really is like a 1, 2, just like the other ones. Like this is an A right here, this is a wave B, and this is now in a C. News comes out and it just keeps going down. So we'll have to see. Like I said, for me, it's all about the dollar index. If the dollar breaks starts with the news, I'll start looking for shorts on the dollar. If not, then I'll just keep holding my longs and just let them play out. Kiwi dollar, very similar to the Aussie dollar. The problem with the Kiwi dollar is this doesn't really fit the pattern. I mean, this is definitely an independent trend right here too. And then this does look like a correction, and it does look like it's like a final attempt to go down, like it is like a wave 5. But there's no like wave 1 and 2 that really fit with that. There's definitely a 1-2 right there, but that doesn't really fit with the trend. It's way out of proportion. This potential wave 4 is way bigger than that potential wave 2, which doesn't really work too well. But it probably is a wave 5 if all the other ones are wave 5s also. Going down to the shorter time frame, I mean, definitely looking for shorts right now. There's no doubt about that. Going down to the 1 hour, it kind of does look like it looks like it's either in the middle of a wave 3 or it's about to end a wave 3. It definitely looks like it's in a wave 3, and if the dollar keeps going up, this will keep going down. If the dollar does turn down and break structure, then this will go up, and there probably is a wave 3, 4, 5 hidden in there someplace. Like this is a 3, there's a 4 there, and a wave 5 there. So we'll have to see how that turns out. Some of these dollar pairs, I'm not really convinced they're going to go make a new high. I think that a lot of these other ones are going to end up making a lower high by the looks of it. To me, it looks pretty clear that this is an uptrend right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, I have it labeled as an A, but it definitely could be a wave 1 if you look at the weekly and the monthly. This is an ABC, which I have labeled as a B, but it definitely could be a wave 2. And this definitely could be a wave 3, and if it is, it might just keep on going. But looking at the dollar index to me looks like it's close to ending, so I think this might end up just making a lower high and just going down, and this high right here might already be in. And this really is an A, this is a B, this is a C, turned right at the fib levels. Nice impulsive engulfing move to the downside. This move up is just a steep correction, and then it goes down for a 1, a 2, and a wave 3. It's kind of what I hope it happens at least. This US dollar CAD is definitely one of the ones I am interested in getting in if I have a chance. Hey Mehmet, how's it going, buddy? Thanks for the channel support. I really do appreciate that. So if anybody hasn't done so already, definitely make sure you join my Discord channel. I forgot to put that in the chats to see if anybody... but my Discord is 100% free to join. You never have to pay a dime if you do not want to. It is always 100% free to join. So anybody in the group anybody in the live stream that has not joined, definitely give it a try. And the Patreon service, hey Yen Barry, how's it going? The Patreon service is a whole different thing, but if anybody's interested in that, comes with a trading course, morning live streams every single weekday, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Then definitely check that out also. So let me see. I was trying to find something on my notes here, which I don't see. Maybe I got deleted. That's okay. Hey Tony, how's it going? Nice to see you. Let's see what's going on here. I got way too many fibs here. Get rid of that. No, that's not the one I want to get rid of. This is the one I want to get rid of. So I have my... I don't really go down to the 15-minute time frame too often, but during news and stuff, I definitely will. Oh, nice. That's good, Yenberry. Good, finally, huh? So I have my Fibonacci on this little sensitive trend right here. I mean, this definitely looks like a trend. This looks like a trend also, but I think it's actually going to be a correction. I think it's going to go out to one of these two fibs and then end up continuing down and ending up turning into a 1, 2, 3 is what I think is going to happen. Taking it down to the 1 hour time frame, I think we are looking at an ABC. I think this is probably one of those irregular ABCs that I have in my educational information on Discord. It definitely looks like it. Yeah, we're going to look at gold for sure. I think there's a good chance this is a trend. This is a 1 or possibly an A. This is an ABC of B or possibly an ABC of 2 or possibly a B. I think it's going to turn at one of these two fib levels and continue to downtrend is what I'm expecting to happen. But the trends are not really changed on the dollar, so I mean, it could just keep on going. US dollar Swiss is another one that really leads me to believe that the dollar will continue down. This definitely looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We definitely got a very significant break of structure, and it's holding that structure really well, which tells me this move up is probably a correction, and it probably will eventually continue the downtrend. So I am for sure looking at sorting at the end of the next correction for sure, 100%. Look at the significant break of structure we had. That's pretty nice. And I would say that this is a trend. I mean, I don't think that's a correction to this move up. That means that this move up right here is probably an A, and this is probably a B, and it probably will go up again, but it's probably just going to be a C, and then it'll go down. I think it's more likely to be a 1, 2, and eventually go down for a 3. So hopefully that will work out for us. I'm not really convinced that it's going to do it today, though. Maybe towards the end of the day. I mean, I definitely see a trend. I definitely see 1, 2, 3 waves down. Looks like a wave B for sure. And it looks like this move up could possibly be a wave C already. So, like I said, I am definitely looking at this as potentially a correction. And I for sure want to have my fibs on here so we can keep an eye on that. Yeah, I'll take a look at Bitcoin after the news comes out. We're going to go look at Bitcoin, some commodities, stock market, yen pairs, all kinds of stuff. Once the news comes out, we'll just switch over to that, but we're going to finish the yen, the US dollar yen, gold, and probably look at silver real quick. To me, the US dollar yen is like one of the clearest patterns. To me, I mean, I think that we're going up minimum to here, but I actually think we're going up to this 157 area way up here, which is pretty nice. The news is in about 13 minutes. So we have the end of a wave 3 here. I believe this is very clearly an ABC of 4. And I think this is a 1, 2, 3. And I think this needs to stretch out and look something like that. And the reason why I do not think that this level is going to hold, because if it stops here, it's going to be way too small to be a wave 3. So a wave 3 needs to go a lot further than that, which means that the wave 3 is probably going to go to that 61.8 level up there. Right around the 157. 3, 4, 5, 157, 5, break structure to the downside, and that will probably be the end of a big trend, like a monthly time frame trend, which is very good for us, because then we can really start building a position on this too if we wanted to. So I mean, to me, this right here is a correction, the end of a correction, and this right here is a trend. This is 1, 2, 3 waves down. Oh, nice, Jesus. I'm actually from Portugal. Well, I'm not from Portugal, but I live in Portugal. So you're not very far from me at all. So this looks to me like a 1, this looks like a 2, and I think this is most likely a 3. I'm not really convinced that this is over. I don't know if it's going to be the yen that drives this up or the dollar, but I think we're in a 3, and I think we have a long ways to go to the upside. But if I'm proven wrong with a big break of structure, I will have absolutely no problem at all changing my analysis. But as of right now, I'm pretty confident still that this is 3 ways. This is actually a flat right here. You can tell because 1, 2, 3 ways down. That right there probably has 3 waves up, and then this is a 3 wave down. It's either that or it's a WXY, but 38% fib. Obviously, the spike went down to the 61.8. It looks like we're in an uptrend to me. It looks like it's just going to keep on trending. Yes, we're getting to gold next. Gold is next. And then we'll look at silver. So I see. I am thinking that the dollar probably is going to try to go up more, which means that gold may try to make it a move down. But boy, look at how much gold is stretched out today. Look at gold, boy. Look at it on the weekly. Tell me that's not the end of a correction on the weekly right there. I want to see how this weekly candle closes today, but 3 waves down to a Fibonacci level, that looks like the end of a correction, 100%, like 100%. I think I missed this on the 1 hour now. But either way, that looks like the end of a correction right there, big time. It's extremely impulsive. And I definitely see this as an A, and I think this is an A, B, C, D, E right there. I think that is very clearly a contracting triangle for the wave B. And then this right here is a downtrend for the wave C. Now, technically, it actually turned right in the middle of these two fib levels, but that actually happens quite often. So, yeah, definitely. I definitely don't really watch the 5 minute. Once in a while, I will go to the 15 minute. I'm not really convinced. I think it's in a wave five. Hey, Mark, how's it going? It probably is in a wave five, so I'm not really convinced it's going to make a new lower low. I think this is probably going to go up. And if the dollar turns down, maybe not today, but maybe next week or something, then this is probably going to get driven up really nicely. Yeah, the EU broke structure, but for me, it's all about the dollar. The dollar still never broke structure. Not once on the daily time frame, which I've been talking about the daily time frame since back here being the time frame that will show us the end of this trend. The dollar still has never broken structure to the downside. This is definitely 100% still an uptrend, 100%. So, I mean, we had to keep that in mind. Unfortunately, gold is actually moving in the same direction as the dollar. When you go down to the 4 hour time frame, I mean, it seems extremely clear. This is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nice impulsive move up. Nice break of structure. And look how stretched out this thing is. I would say there's almost absolutely no way that this thing is just going to turn down now like that. I mean, I would put like my whole trading account on the fact that this is not going to do that. Maybe it will make a move to the downside, but it's just going to be another correction and another continuation up. I mean, yeah, it still could possibly be a correction, but it isn't going to just turn today like that. Maybe it could do this. If I saw that picture, I would be convinced that it could turn, but the picture I'm seeing right now tells me that this low right here, it needs to make another higher low. It needs to go up again to make like more of a 3, 4, 5 shape. I would almost guarantee that this is not over. And looking at the fact that it's probably the end of a correction on the longer time frames, it's probably more likely to just keep on trending. So I'm very confident that that is not over. So let's see. What do we got for? We got about 8 minutes or so until the news comes out. So let's see what silver is. Oh no, let's check out the 1 hour on gold. Sorry. Yeah, I mean, look at that 1 hour time frame. Look at the 30 minute. Man, that's a just since this end of a correction that we had most recently. That doesn't even look like that's over. That's very very nice looking. That's one heck of a trend right there too. Look at the higher highs, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. Look at the ABC corrections. 1, 2, 3 ways down, go long. 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 Every single one of these corrections has been a three-wave correction. And yes, obviously corrections are much easier to see in hindsight, but I mean, really, it's not that hard to see three ways down, impulsive up, and then go long, impulsive up, go long, impulsive up, go long, impulsive up, go long, impulsive up, go long. Pretty simple stuff, really. I mean, I would definitely never go long right now. There's no way I would try to go long right now. But if I saw something like this, I would 100% be trying to go long for sure. Yeah, we're going to definitely check out oil. We're going to check out natural gas, check out Bitcoin, check out the yen pairs. So one, I do like to look at the S&P 500 just to get a because that's so well correlated with the dollar. It really does help a lot for figuring out what the dollar is going to do. And I think it's extremely clear that this is it's kind of a three-way pattern down, so it could technically be a flat, like an expanding or extended flat. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very, very, very clear pattern. Yeah, gold has a mind of its own. Sometimes you just gotta go with the flow on gold because gold has been moving in the exact same direction as the dollar. So I mean, that's not really too normal for that to happen. So I do think it is extremely clear that this is an ABC right here. I think this is gonna break structure. I think this is gonna continue the uptrend. I think this is the end of a wave four. If you go to the weekly time frame, you can actually see much clearer what I think is. I think this is very clearly a 1, ABC of 2. This is a 3. This is an ABC of 4. And now we're in a wave 5, which I think will make a new high. And then next year, probably after the elections are over, I think this thing is going down in a huge way to probably about 3,200. I think it'll go down, take out these lows. So I do think the stock market is going to crash, but I think it's going to make all-time highs before it actually does that. So going down to the 4-hour time frame, look at that ABC right there. One, two, three ways down, impulsive up, entry to go long. Stock market isn't really any different than anything else. I mean, this looks like it's going up. Definitely looks like it's going up, I would say. Going down to the 1 hour time frame. Even right there, I can see three ways. That's a three-way pattern, too. That's a three-way pattern. This is a three-way pattern. They're everywhere. One, two, three ways down, impulsive up, go long. One, two, three ways down, impulsive up, go long. So, pretty simple stuff, really, honestly. The part that makes it difficult, like I always tell my Patreon members, is the psychology behind it. You know, I mean, trading is really not that difficult, but it's us that makes it really, really difficult. So we have about 4 or so minutes. How long we got? We got 3 minutes and 30 seconds until the news comes out. Let's make sure that I got this refreshed and ready to go. Hey, Legends of Alexander. Thanks, buddy. I really appreciate the support, definitely. And like I said, if anybody is interested, definitely join my Discord channel. It is 100% free to join. You never have to pay a dime if you do not want to. It is always 100% free. And I'm also doing a Halloween sale on my Discord channel, on my Patreon, I mean. I'm doing a Halloween sale, so definitely check that out if you're interested. It starts today, and I think it goes through until Halloween. And this is the first time I've had a sale since I've had my Patreon service. So if anybody's interested in checking that out, definitely check out the link for that. It comes with a 35 video trading course. Whoops. I think I messed up the link right there, but there we go. Comes with a trading course. It comes with a live stream that I do every single weekday morning for my Patreon members, and a whole bunch of other really cool stuff. So definitely check that out if you're interested. Um, so hold on just a second. So, yeah, definitely. Let's see. Alright, so let's get going. What do we got? Boy, we ain't got much time now. Let's get back to the charts. 60 seconds, yeah. A little more than 60 seconds, but yeah. I don't know. I'm personally thinking that the dollar might go down. But like I was explaining to my Patreon members this morning, I could put a count on this either direction and it would work either way. I mean, this could be a 1, 2, 3, or this could be an ABC, and either way it would work really, really well. So we're gonna have to see what happens. I'm not really in any dollar pairs anymore. I got out of everything, but looking pretty good for sure. So yeah, definitely looking pretty good. I think it's gonna go down, but I could definitely picture it going up also. So we're gonna have to see. Yeah, if we get a break or starts it down, that's gonna be the end for me. If it breaks that, then I'm gonna call it over. If it just keeps shooting up, then it's obviously a 1, 2, and 3, which I think is actually might even be more likely in a way, especially looking at the EU and stuff. But I think the most likely thing is it's going to try to go down, break strut. So let's leave this line here for now. If it breaks and holds below that, I think the dollar's done for. So we got about 5 seconds until the news comes out, so let's see how that works out. Oh, Wave 3 coming. Wave 3 or wave 5. If it goes down and breaks structure, then it's definitely a wave 5. If it just keeps on going up, then it's definitely a wave 3. This news is definitely not a huge mover like news we've had in the past, like consumer sentiment and CPI is definitely not a huge mover. The most likely thing is that the dollar is at a 1, 2, 3 of wave 5, I would say, but I was thinking that if it broke structure, then it would possibly be a decent move down. But this right here seems most likely to me that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and wave 5. But boy, like I said, I could put an Elliott wave count on both scenarios. I could put an Elliott wave count on this, and it would work 100%. I mean, it wouldn't work. I mean, it would make 100% sense. And I could put an Elliott wave count on this, and it would make sense. So definitely a little bit uncertain in my opinion. So yeah, definitely. Pretty slow going, huh? We might have to give it a little bit of time. And my opinion isn't going to change. If it goes down and breaks structure, then that's going to be me. I'm going to be looking for longs on the dollar pairs. If it doesn't, then it's a wave 3. So let's go check out some other stuff while we're waiting. I mean, there's really not much of a point in sitting here waiting. Let's see what actually ended up being with the news. A little bit positive and a little bit negative. I think this inflation expectations are up actually quite a bit. So they're expecting inflation to be up quite a bit. So, yeah, a little bit negative and a little bit. I would consider high inflation to be negative for the dollar, but we've had a high inflation for quite some time, and the dollar's been trending up like crazy. So the dollar might see high inflation as good for the dollar, bad for the stock market. So we'll see. Like I said, boy, it is definitely not moving much, is it? Let's go check out some other things while we're waiting. We're going to have to come back to this in like 10, 15 minutes and see what it looks like then. JPY pairs are definitely attempting to go up, and it's kind of disappointing that this pattern is not really working very well, because this is probably one of the best examples of an ending diagonal that I've seen in a very, very long time. And if that is an ending diagonal, then this move up would be either an A or a 1. This move down would be a Cretchen, either a B or a 2. And this should go up to at least one of these fib levels for a C, or possibly keep going up for a wave 3. But it doesn't really want to cooperate, does it? Definitely doesn't want to cooperate. It isn't looking too trend-like to me. Let's see, can we throw a channel on there? But I think it's too steep for a good channel, but we can try. You could definitely throw one on there, I guess. It's almost too steep for it, but if I change it a little bit right there we go. So for me, if it breaks out of this channel, then this is gonna be a wave 3. If it doesn't break out, then it could just keep going down. If it goes up and if it bounces even off this 50% and goes down, I'm gonna call that a short. Or if it goes up here and bounces out of this, I'm gonna call that a short. Or if it goes out and breaks out in a big way, then I'll know that this is a 1, 2, 3, and that it's just gonna keep on trending. Probably at least up to the 50% or so. So we need to keep that in mind, I would say, when we go look at all these other pairs, that's for sure. Now the thing is with the euro pairs, I know the yen pairs, they're all in an uptrend to me. I mean, every single one of these pairs is an uptrend, and I think it's a wave 3, and I don't really see that it's over yet. I don't know. I mean, I was definitely thinking that this was a wave A, and this was a wave B, and this was going to go down and make a C, which would take out this low of wave 4, and then it was going to go up from there, but I'm just not really convinced about that for some reason anymore. It is starting to look more and more like a wave 3, though, isn't it? 1, 2, 3. I got my Fibonacci retracement on here just in case, but I think this probably, I have been saying for a week or so that this is probably an A and this is probably a B and that it probably will go down and make a C, but I have my Fibonacci here because if this makes three ways down and impulsive up at a fib level, which it could be any one of them, then I would definitely take that as a long. Yeah, inflation's not 2%. Powell's been saying that since the beginning. Inflation's, he's not going to stop until inflation is 2%. So this is either an A or a 1. This is a correction, either a B or a 2. And it should go down, make a 3 or 4. A 3 or a C, that is. So, I mean, if it does make a bounce off one of these fib levels, I would take it as a long. But otherwise, I'd probably just keep looking for shorts because it could just keep going. Pound is looking pretty much the same, isn't it? Except for the pound is a little more convincing that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A, and that this is actually a corrective like wave B, and that this could be now going down for a C before it actually does go up. It's just that yen basket just doesn't look very convincing to me. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is either an A, B, C or a 1, 2, 3. I mean, if it's a C, then it'll bounce off a fib level in a big way and go up again. If it's a 3, then it will just keep stretching out. So if this really is an A and this really is a B, then this really should be a 1, 2 and a wave 3. So, I mean, it definitely could just keep stretching out for sure. So, yeah, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. It should at least go down, make another 5-way pattern to a fib level minimum. Or maximum, it's just going to keep stretching out like that and turn into a big wave 3. The Aussie yen is a little more convincing there because we have impulsive down, we got a break of structure, we got a lower high. I mean, this one's a little more convincing that it's going to go down and touch these lows before it actually goes back up. Kiwi yen, kind of the same deal. I mean, this is very convincing with this lower high and very impulsive move down that it's going down. So maybe they're just leading the way a little bit, and the pound yen and the euro yen will catch up with it. How about the Canadian yen? That one didn't look very convincing either. I mean, this looks convincing, the fact that it made impulsive down and then corrective up. But boy, this most recent move, it just doesn't look like it's ready to go down yet. It looks like it could possibly go up and then maybe down again. It doesn't look like it's quite ready to start trending. Especially look at this move down. It looks very corrective. It looks like it wants to go up again. That could be possibly because of the CAD. But boy, that looks extremely corrective. Big time. Oh, look at the Swiss. Look at the pattern the Swiss yen made. 1, 2, 3 ways down. That looks like it's going up. And the dollar yen looks like it's going up too. So, yeah. I mean, I personally think this is a wave 4, and this is now in a wave 5, and it's going to keep going. Make new highs. All-time highs, I would imagine. How about the dollar yen? What's going on? Is the dollar moving? Not really. Be careful trying to. Everybody thinks that the dollar is going to go up today, but I would be careful if I was you. It is going up though, isn't it? That's good. Hopefully it does go up. Hopefully it turns into a wave 3. I just don't really trust it for some reason today. I mean, this does look like the most logical thing to happen. 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. It just doesn't. For some reason, I just don't trust it. Yeah. Hey Josh, how's it going? Yeah, definitely looks like it should be a wave 3, but we'll see. The market likes to trap people, so you know how that goes. So let's go check out a few other things. The dollar isn't really doing much, is it? Oil. I mean, I personally, a lot of people are saying oil is going to 150, which I think in the monthly outlook, they probably are right. The oil probably will get to 150, unfortunately, at some point. But I think it's probably going to be like 2026 or 27 by the time that happens. I personally think this is an A. I think we're in a wave B right now, and I think eventually it's going to go down, make a C, which may go down to one of these lower fib levels, and then it's probably going to go back up. But that's probably going to be a while off before it's ready for that. Excuse me, I'm not really convinced that it's ready to go down yet either. Whoops, that's not the one I was looking for. Right there. Yeah, I think it definitely wants to go up more. Let's get rid of this fib level for now. And get this one on there. See how things line up. Oh yeah, they line up pretty decent, don't they? Something like that. And then down. Definitely seems most likely to me. This all looks like a downtrend, like a wave A. This looks like one wave up, wave A. This move down made an extra leg, but I could definitely still count this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this is an A. This is 3 waves up. So that's an A. That's 3 waves down for a B. We're probably in a wave C right now. If it goes up to the top of this channel, right around the 88, someplace between the 88.5 and 90 area, and then makes an impulsive move down with the break of structure, that's going to be the end of a wave B. This is going to be a wave A, and it's probably just going to continue the downtrend. Hey, Fly Moon. Oh, wow, you've been sorting the CAD yen for a while, huh? It hasn't really been going down much, has it? So I think this is probably more likely to go up more. I don't really think it's over yet. Maybe it'll make a proper ABC correction first, but it's been a little tricky with everything that's going on in the Middle East right now. It's been a little tricky to get a really good count because the gold is really on edge with that war, big time. So be careful with that, definitely. Yeah, I don't think it's over yet. I would expect more upside. Natural gas, I think, is very, very clear also. I think it's just going to go down, retest this line right here. Maybe this area right here, too. Whoops, not there. Then we want this. I think it's just going to go down, retest this area like this. And then go back up. I personally think that natural gas is going to $5 a gallon or a liter or whatever they measure it in. It seems pretty clear that this is an A. Seems very, very clear that this is 1, 2, 3 waves up, probably a B. And it seems pretty clear that this is going down for a C. It definitely doesn't have to go down this low, so don't expect that it has to do that, but it most likely is going to make an ABC and then go back up, I would say. Definitely looks like impulse it down. 1750. Wow, that's pretty high expectations for news today, don't you, buddy? I don't really know about that. You'll meet me there. I actually don't even trade gold, tell you the truth, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did go down, but I don't think it's ready to go down today. Oh, Gatton, hello. Thank you for the channel support. I appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate that. Now I gotta look at the dollar, see if it's actually moving. It's trying. Yeah, I'm a swing trader too, Fly Moon, so a lot of people looking at things on a way different perspective than us. As a swing trader, people are talking about right in the chats right now how things are moving really nicely, and then as a swing trader you look at it and it's like, yeah, it's moving, but it's definitely not moving nicely. You look at on the 1 minute time frame, it's moving. 15-second time frame, yeah, it's definitely moving, but it's definitely not a big trend yet. Like I said, if it does keep going, it probably is going to be a 1, 2, 3. So if that really is a wave 3, that probably is going to produce some pretty nice profits. So let's go check out Bitcoin. I haven't looked at Bitcoin in quite some time. Boy, that rejection of structure doesn't make you too confident in the move up, does it? Yeah, I think it does. I mean, it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. It looks like an A, B, C, a B. It looks like it should be going up now to make a wave C up to the 42,000. I mean, that's still what I would expect to see. So, yeah. It definitely looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It definitely looks like a 1, 2, 3 pattern up. It definitely looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern down. And we do have a little bit of a break up, so I think it might be more likely it's just going to keep going. Probably a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there, 1, and we're in a 2. And eventually we're going to go up for a 3. Keep an eye on that over the weekend and stuff. Bitcoin likes to move on Saturdays. Get rid of some of these channel lines that I drew a long time ago. I don't think it's done going down yet, though. I mean, it definitely doesn't look like it's done going down. Yeah, look at that. That ain't done. This is probably an A. This is probably 1, 2, 3 waves up for a B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. Probably touch the bottom of the channel, make a bounce, and hopefully that'll be the end of a wave 2, and then it'll go up for a wave 3 is what we're hoping to see. I think it would be pretty clear that that could happen. It looks like it's trying to make a short right now. 1, 2, 3 waves up. Oh, actually it's right here, isn't it? A, B, C. That looks like it's going down. That looks like an entry to go short. Definitely. Probably down to the, yeah, let's see, probably like the $26,000 area. Someplace right there, 26,000, I bet. Maybe 26.2. So let's see, what else do we want to look at? We want to look at the stock market. We kind of already looked at it. These 10 years, so we've been keeping an eye on in the Patreon group for these 10 years because they can give us a lot of clues also about what's going on. I don't know how well Elliott Wave works on these, but it definitely looks like it could be a wave 5 on the monthly. Oh yeah, look at that. That's extremely clear. A, B. We're probably going to go down, make a C while the dollar rallies in its final attempt. This is going to go down, make a C, and then probably continue the uptrend. So yeah, that looks pretty clear. And now the dollar's going up, so I mean that would be extremely clear if that's how it all played out. Definitely. So let me see if there's any more requests in the chats or anything. If anybody has a couple of things they would like me to look at, let me know. We're definitely going to go back and look at the dollar pairs here in a minute. But if somebody would like me to look at something else before we do that, that's totally fine. One of the members of my group was talking about how these indices lead each other sometimes. I gotta investigate that a little bit this weekend because 255, because if that's the case, that could be extremely good knowledge for us. That one definitely led a little bit there, didn't it? Yeah, definitely led a little bit. That was at the same time. No more requests. If there's no more requests, then we'll go look at the, oh wow, that one was definitely leading a lot. Wow. Look at that. The Dow would led a lot. This one turned at 240. And the S&P 500 turned at 255. Nice. Might have to look into that a little bit more. That could be a really good thing for us. So yeah, we'll go look at the dollar pairs if there's no more requests. Oh, dollar's getting better and better by the minute, isn't it? Probably is a wave 5. But there's always a chance the dollar could just keep going. I mean, it never broke structure. It still has not done anything to tell us that this trend is over. So it could just keep on trending extremely easily. So yeah, definitely. That's looking pretty good. Probably is a wave 5, but it definitely could keep going. I would definitely be watching these last few fib levels just in case, but I don't really think it's gonna stretch out into a proper wave 3, because if it did, it would way overshoot. That would probably look like that, which is definitely possible. Nice. Yeah, it definitely looks like a wave 5 on the daily. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I think it's gonna go down sometime next week, or maybe towards the end of next week, it'll start making its way back up. Seems pretty clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey Mario, yeah, I think I have that on here. We can check that out. At least somebody wants a request. Oh wow, that thing broke struts a big time. Big breaker struts on the daily, huh? Big impulse to move down. That means this move up should be a crescent, and it should either go down, make a C or a 3. This is either an A or a 1. This is either a B or a 2. I would throw my Fibonacci retracement on there, like that. We're at the 38% already. Kind of the same as the dollar. If it turns down and breaks structure, I would go short, and it's probably going to keep going. But man, a lot of these dollar pairs look like they're so close to ending, and this definitely looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't even look proportionate though. Looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3 ways down, and then this has already made a top. But it probably isn't going to work out like that. If the dollar keeps going up, this is going to keep going up too. So I would definitely still be looking for longs, especially if on these sort of time frames. I don't know what time frame you trade on, but I would definitely still be looking at longs. I've used Oanda for many years, and it kind of depends which one you use. If you're in the United States, then I was with Oanda in the United States for, God, probably about 6 years or so, 6 or 7 years. I'm now with Oanda, the EU version of Oanda, the TMS one, and to be truthful, I'm not really too fond of the one in Europe, honestly. They definitely do payouts. I mean, the payouts are great. The spread's decent. I mean, everything's decent, but I just had a couple bad experiences with them that might not have anything to do with other people. But and also, the TMS Oanda doesn't have TradingView available anymore. Oanda's right here, but if you have the broker in Europe, yeah, you can definitely trade gold with Oanda in Europe. Yeah, definitely. In the United States, you can't though. Oanda US, you're not allowed to trade gold or anything really like that. No gold, no silver, no commodities, no nothing. So yeah, I would definitely still be looking for longs. I mean, it probably is going to stretch out. If the dollar keeps going out, this will probably stretch out it also. So I definitely recommend any of the dollar pairs. I really any of the yen pairs, but right now the yen pairs have been ranging for so long that they're definitely not my favorite. Oh yeah, look at that. That's definitely turning into a wave 3, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's definitely turning into a wave 3. That is definitely not a correction. Look at the pound dollar, same thing. That is for sure turning into a 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very clear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's looking really good actually. Aussie dollar, yeah, this one's got a little bit of strength for some reason, but it probably is going to stretch out a little more and do something like that, I would say. Kiwi dollar is like exactly the same as the Aussie dollar. Kind of looks like it could stretch out a little more, but I think early next week it probably will try to make a move up. US dollar CAD's even looking pretty decent, isn't it? US dollar CAD's going down while the dollar's going up. Something's going on with the Canadian pairs. Oh yeah, wow. Dang it. I exited my Aussie Canadian too soon. I knew that was going to happen. Wow, what's going on with the Canadian pairs all of a sudden? Something's going on with Canada right now, 100%. Must be some sort of news or something coming out from Canada. Bank of Canada right there. Yeah, we just had some news for Canada come out. Bank of Canada. We are not expecting a recession, he says. Yeah, right. Wow, nice. Those Canadian pairs are cranking. That's definitely the Canadian cars in that pattern, not the dollar, 100%. Yeah, that could just keep going too, because I think that could be in a downtrend. I expect to see this in the long run. Nice. I might be tempted into that one a little bit later if it continues to look good. US dollar Swiss is going down too. I mean, this is another one where I really don't think it's going to go up much. It might go up a little, but I think we're in a downtrend, and I'm definitely looking to sell rallies on the sort of time frames. Look at that too. 1, 2, 3 waves up, Fibonacci level, and pulse it down. That's probably the end of a correction. Yeah, and yen. I mean, I'm definitely still bullish on the yen, but I'm not convinced that I would try to go long right now with the news coming out. And look at gold. Who said that they're going to meet us at 17 something? Boy, I hope you're not going to lose your ass on that one too much, buddy. Definitely check out my trading course if anybody's interested. I mean, I definitely could help a lot of people prevent from getting into bad counter trend trades like that. I have a 35 video course, and I actually have a discount right now until Halloween. It's actually 20% off, and for anybody that signs up between now and Halloween. So definitely check that out if you're interested, for sure. Comes with a trading course. I do a live stream every single morning, and I also share all my swing trades. And boy, I definitely would have told the people in my group to be looking for longs, and we actually talked about it this morning. Way, way back here, I told my group that we should be looking for longs, and then what happened? Bam. Anybody that was in my group that went long on my advice is probably up about 6-1 right now on their trade. So I think they're doing pretty good. Very, very nice. Yeah, I don't know. I would say things are looking pretty good, honestly. Like I said, it is Friday. Money does seem to flow into the dollar on Friday too, and I mean, people close their positions, which makes money flow back into the dollar, which is going to help it go up. I think also later on as we get closer to the market close, it's probably going to help it go up quite a bit. So definitely, I'd be definitely checking out that. Keep an eye on it because it could turn back down, but right now it looks pretty good. So, what do we have for news next week? Let's see what we actually have for news next week. I don't really think there's nothing major next week, but we definitely have Powell speaking one day. Not really much on Monday. We got CPI for the Kiwi and at 11 o'clock at night when the market spread is crazy wide. That's not very good. CPI for the Canadian pairs next week. We'll see if that guy from Canada who just put the statement out about the economy is correct. Retail sales for the dollar. Core retail sales. That's a decent one. CPI for the pound is definitely a decent one. They're expecting CPI to be down a little bit. See if that works out for them. China GDP. That's pretty decent for the Aussie and the Kiwi especially. Fed Chair Powell is talking on Thursday next week at 5 p.m. UK time, or noon New York time, so make sure you keep an eye on that for sure. So, and on Friday we got retail sales for the pound, so that's another pretty decent news event for sure. So, as I said, I mean, my Patreon service is great, but if you just want to join my Discord, it's 100% free to join. You never have to pay a dime if you do not want to, but you can definitely check it out if you are interested. We currently have 4,353 members, and probably about once a week I'm going to start doing a live stream exclusively on Discord. I'm not going to live stream on YouTube, I'm just going to live stream on Discord, so that way people get a little bit of a benefit for being there. And also, it's a very, very active group. This is my free Discord right here, and you can see I'm live streaming right now on Discord. And this is all just while I've been live streaming all these chats right here, so this is pretty good. I mean, it's a very active group. Everything where it says members chats and down, all these channels right here are for my paying members only, and this is where I do the live streams for them every single weekday morning before the before the London session at 9 a.m. UK time. We do a 45-minute to 1 hour live stream where I look for potential setups for the day. And like I said, that gold setup this morning, anybody that was in my morning live stream that was listening should be long right now on gold with a stop loss right there at about 6 to 1 risk to reward ratio. Sitting pretty happy right now. And it is a really good time to sign up because, like I said, for the next 2 weeks I got a sale for Halloween. And definitely check that out. The link for that is in the chats and in the description. So I will see everybody next week. And until then, I hope everybody enjoys their weekend. And as always, happy trading and good luck to everybody. Thanks again.